Hey, here we are again, America. Deer Hunter DVM coming back at you again. Let's do a little rut report while we're on the road in between deer work today. Well, I don't know if you can see this, but look in the back of the truck. I don't know if we can see that back there at all. Probably not. But I've got a big old buck back there. Shot one last night. Made a good shot. Tight quartering too. Everybody's gonna complain about it. You shouldn't be shooting them quartering too, but I felt like I could sneak it through the anatomy, and I did. And you know, being a veterinarian, it does provide me with, instead of aiming at a point on a deer, like it helps me think about the anatomical orientation of what's going on there. You know, and those lungs are cone shaped, heading towards the tail end of the animal and broaden out. So I just put it right at the crease, or right at the lower edge of the caudal scapula on entry, and it went down through entry lung, mediastinum, went through the trachea, scraped the caudal lobe of the exit lung, diaphragm, liver, no gut, none, no gut. So that was as effective of a quartering two shot that I've ever taken. So what I've learned over the years is a quartering two shot with a bow can be ultra effective up close, tight to the tree. But the further out they are, the worse that return on investment is when it comes to sizing up that anatomy. So quartering towards 45 degrees, I'm okay. Past that, can't do it. That buckeye shot was 45 degrees, quartering towards 12-yard shot, maybe less, like he was tight. And again, I put it right just behind the caudal edge of the scapula, right below the spine, and kind of a tiny little open triangle of ribs right there. Went right down through the lungs, out the diaphragm, liver on the other side. Game over. So don't try it unless you're confident about your shot. And my arrow weights are good now. I'm shooting a 550 grain finished weight shaft Black Eagle Spartan in 300 spine with Iron Will S100 fixed blade broadheads made out of tool steel and a Tonto point design, a couple bleeders on it, on the little bleeder blades on it. Those broadheads and that heavy of a shaft with a little bit of brass up front, it's a freight train. Was pulling a 75-pound bow there, and the feet per second I'm getting out of that setup is about 280 flat, which is pretty fast for that heavy of a shaft. So I think it's a good balance between speed and heft. You know, you don't have to be 340 or anything like that, but boy, when you get something that's 550 grains and a cut-on contact Tonto point that's back sharpened, two bleeder blades, very simple cutting machine design, it's going to go right through the boiler room. That thing passed through that buck like it was nobody's business. If I'd had expandable right there, nope, never would have recovered that buck with that shot angle and an expandable. So lesson learned. And this is not my opinion. This is absolute field trial, scientific provable data. If you want to create pass-throughs, abandon expandable blade broadheads and start shooting a two-blade cut-on contact fixed blade head. The more blades you add, the more drag there is. So anyway, got a nice big heavy 8-pointer we call the Grade 8, real original, but he's nice and wide, tall. Brought a dog in just to be safe, and we really didn't need it, but I was glad to get Jonathan out with his new dog Frank. He's had a rough week, but anyway, rut report real quick. I know I'm running long here. Yesterday, hands down, best day of rutting activity from both ends of the clock, from daybreak until dark. I took an hour break during midday to go get a friend, but it was wild, woolly, and western in there. So best day we've had yesterday. The weather, give it an A+. High pressure system, not a puff of wind, cool temperatures perfect, and following a really heavy warm front that stifled activity. Weather gets an A+. Yesterday, deer activity also A+. All hours of the day, multiple different shooter bucks, deer crawling all over the place. So now it is the 13th of November, and I'm itching to get this buck to the taxidermist and get back out in the trees. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate the support. We'll air that hunt later. You guys take care, shoot straight, and don't forget, man, when you're grinding, just have fun. Appreciate your friends and your family, and really just soak it in. Don't get so caught up in chasing this buck or that and get hard feelings over this or that, or just try and be content with your experience. Have fun. This is what it's all about, having fun. So keep doing it, guys. I'll catch you on the other side.